There we go. Awesome.
Cool.
Beautiful.
I'm going to record as well. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Please
Or
ask.
can you record it at the same time?
I
That's
actually don't think
advanced.
so.
You know what? How about I send you this recording when we're done?
That would be perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Let me write a note because memory
Yeah.
and recording. Awesome. Send recording. Perfect. Cool. Well, Alex, I've read a little bit about you. Thank you for sharing
Oh.
um, your dreams and aspirations in our scholarship contest.
Mhm.
And yeah, I saw that you already do some Tai Chi and Qigong, and you are already introduced to the energy arts. Is that correct?
hmm Yeah,
Yeah.
so I took up practicing with a bow staff about 2 years ago now, and
Mm.
subconsciously it just got me so much more in tune with my body and
Mm.
the ways that I was hurting myself at the time. I had just recently overcome this habit of, well, criticizing myself very harshly at
Mm.
random intervals and very often. And when I first started with the bow staff, that was brought to my attention because as I would swing this stick around my body, it would come around and hit me in the head. And
Right.
that was something I was confronting very deeply at the time.
Yeah. That's a very fast response. It's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
there's the energy
exactly,
coming back
exactly.
at you.
When I really started getting good at this practice, it showed me just better ways to manipulate my energy and the world around me and myself.
Mm.
And then I met Dr. Nadia at Secret Knock in San Diego back in March, and she gave me a link to this group, and here we are.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you have started your journey into a more mindful practice of the
Mhm.
energy arts, is of being more mindful of where your movements are, and even maybe going a little bit slower, would you say, with the bow at first
Yes.
to kind of really learn? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm, that's beautiful. Awesome. So where are you at? You said you have been to San Diego. Are you
Yeah,
close to
I
San
live
Diego
in
or?
Utah though.
Oh,
I'm
in
about an
Utah.
hour
Okay.
north of Salt Lake City.
Okay. Salt Lake City. Beautiful. I am currently in Costa Rica,
Oh
and
wow.
I am from Denmark, so that's where the funny accent comes from. So
I
if
was
there's
wondering.
ever, yeah, I many people are like,
I
"How
figured
do
it
you
was
say your
somewhere
name?"
in like Europe.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
figured right. So yeah, if there's anything not understandable, let me know, and I'm so happy to repeat it.
Oh, no problem. Accents are a strong suit of mine. It's no worry.
Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, well, what else? Is there anything else you would like to share with me today? Like, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you are in your life.
Let's see. Yeah. So, I have a twin brother, and we're both very, very into spirituality, meditation, and mindfulness. But he has started his own nonprofit with this business partner that's kind of centered around just generally improving other people's mindfulness. And well, his long-term goal is to enlighten the world at large. And when I'm
Wow.
when I'm comparing myself and my own ambitions to that, I feel inadequate because I feel like I'm not making the kind of progress that he is.
Hmm.
So, but a big part of my practice lately is to work on myself first and foremost, because what I used to do is try and stretch myself out so my hands would be on everybody else, but that didn't leave anything for me. So it's come to my attention that I have to hug myself first, so to speak.
Oh, yes. I like that saying, hug yourself first.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should write that. Maybe that's a
Yeah, I
writing
think I
down.
will.
Yeah, good. Um, yeah, as you know, many you've heard this saying probably before, and as we talk a lot about in Qigong and in Lama's practices, is where energy goes, where attention goes, energy flows, right? And if all of our attention goes outwards and out from ourselves, there's not much energy left for us, right?
Right.
So that's part of what we practice, is to really pay attention to the areas of our life that needs our attention so that we can improve and really reach that level of satisfaction we so desire.
Mm,
Yeah, I'll let you write that down.
thank you.
The hug yourself first. I like that. Yeah. I'm taking notes as well, so you know that if I look down, I'm not messaging or texting or twittering or whatever people are doing these days. I'm
Right.
simply just making sure that I have notes of our conversation.
Excellent.
Perfect. Awesome. Do you write? Are you a writer too, or do you
I
use
am,
words?
yeah.
Or I
I
said
started
something.
journaling a lot a couple years
Mm.
ago. And let's see, in 2019, I started journaling, and since then, it's just gotten so much more in depth. I write in cursive too, which is just
Oh, that's
fantastic,
awesome.
right?
Wow.
It's gotten,
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty good.
Cool. I'm not going to show you my handwriting for your own sake because it looks like a 13-year-old boy, so or a girl, like so.
Mm,
But I, your handwriting is pretty, so it looks
thank
like
you.
you're very artistic as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so when you said when you compare yourself to your twin brother, you sometimes feel inadequate and you're learning to hug yourself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are you working on at the moment?
Let's see. I'm really starting to trying to actually diet and get in better shape. I have a body type where I'm very skinny, just naturally by default. So what I want to do is put on a lot of muscle. And lately, a friend of mine who I reconnected with from high school has been, we've been working out a lot lately. He actually got a gym membership just to go to the gym with me. And so having that,
That's awesome.
having a friend that I can go with for that, I had experimented a little bit with personal trainers, but nothing really stuck. So this has just been excellent in that effort.
Yeah. It's almost like having an accountability partner
It
that will
is
keep you
very
accountable, right?
much, because
Yeah,
it's hard to hold yourself accountable, especially in something like working out consistently.
definitely. Yeah. That's why we always talk a lot about the benefits and the beauty of practice partners in Qigong and in Qigong because it keeps us accountable and it can be hard to practice some of these energy arts on our own, but having someone to do it with is definitely more motivating, inspiring, and makes us stronger too, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, beautiful. Sounds like you got a lot of things going for you right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was in a really hard, dark spot for a while there, but things have been looking up lately.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. What do you do when you don't practice with your bow or you don't like focus on yourself, hugging yourself first? What else do you do in your life?
Let's see. Um, I like to read a lot, but my I don't know if you're familiar with Cormac McCarthy. He's an American author who writes, generally very dark, heavy philosophical stuff. And I really enjoy his writing, and his prose I think are unmatched by any living author. Well, not living now, but
Mm, yeah, yeah.
um I need to find lighter stuff to read, stuff that emboldens my spirits and brings light out in me. Because lately I've just been so much lighter and brighter. And when I don't have heavy philosophical topics weighing on me, it allows me to carry out just everything so much easier.
Beautiful. What a beautiful self insight or realization of like, well, we 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 kind of become what we take in, our input
Yeah, yeah,
like becomes our output, right? And if you like to write, then you see that oh, all this stuff I'm writing is so dark right now and deep and philosophically
right.
dark. Like I wonder why. Oh, maybe it's because my input is darker. Wow,
Hmm.
that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so finding lighter stuff to read and lighter practices, hugging yourself first. I really enjoy hearing about what you desire for your future and what you really want out of your life. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, I would love to take you through our strategy process or explore you've already shared some really good things here, and we can actually go a little bit deeper if you're okay to open to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just like, yeah, to explore your level of satisfaction in your
Mhm.
life, different life areas, and maybe see, like, actually pen to paper. And I know you like that, so that's beautiful. Where you can improve and where you feel like, oh, this is actually going really well for me. Yeah. So first thing we'll do is you already have a piece of paper in front of you, I take.
Yes.
Blank piece of paper, perfect. And a pen. Yeah. And then on this piece of paper, make a circle, a big circle. So there's room to write inside of the circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be like an egg shape or whatever else come up. Yeah, perfect. So now that you have a circle, then find the center and make a little dot in the center of the circle. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, you are a pro. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Again, I will not show you mine. You are way more
I was
artistic with
actually,
your.
I was right. I was drawing it, and right as you said, so I was gonna like, I started a bit, here where it was lower when I wanted to, and when you said it doesn't have to be perfect, as I was about to like go all the way here and back down, I was like, oh well, it doesn't have to be perfect, and then it just circled right around.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Giving yourself also, I just gave you permission to not be perfect, but that's also
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
give yourself permission to, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
we got to do
Exactly.
is do our best. Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. So on the circle, we're going to explore different areas of your life and figure out, or you'll figure out, how satisfied you are in these different life areas and if there's room for growth and improvement.
Mhm.
So the way we do that is, imagine that you have a clock in front of you. We're up top, we have 12. So you can write 12, 1, 2, and like go around clockwise, writing all the numbers of the clock.
There we go.
Awesome. Perfect. And then we'll take and divide these areas into a little pie slices. So if you draw a line from 12 to 6, 1, and down to
Yep.
whatever that would
Got a
be, or
little,
you could just draw 12 to the middle, 1 to the middle, 2 to the middle, whatever you prefer to do.
got a little laminated straight edge here that I'm going to use for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Making it pretty. Yeah. Then you can keep it and look back on it.
Yeah. Mhm.
I enjoy your dedication to this exercise. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And as you're doing this, what it should end up with is 12 different slices of the pie.
Hmm.
That's awesome. That is the
Yeah.
straightest lines I've seen in a while doing this exercise. That's awesome. Cool. So now that you have 12 areas of, of your life, we'll divide them and call them different things. So the area that is between 12 and 1, we'll call that area physical health. So you can go ahead and write physical health inside the slice or outside, whatever feels good to you.
Am I going to be writing more inside of this slice?
No,
That's
not
gonna,
writing, but
okay.
we will do a little notch, so
Yep,
there,
perfect.
yep,
Yeah, I just
have
need
to
to
be
know
really
how much
fun.
space I need inside
Okay.
physical health.
Yeah, as long as you have space along the lines of the inside of the slices, if that makes sense, that would be good. Just a little
Yep,
space there.
yep.
Awesome. Cool. And the next space between 1 and 2 will write mental wellness or mental health.
Mhm.
And the next place will write career between 2 and 3. And between 3 and 4, finances. And between 4 and 5, we have hobbies. Between 5 and 6, sports, like, for example, Qigong, Tai Chi, bow staff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Between 6 and 7, intimate relationships. And the next one, between 7 and 8, we have family relations. And between 8 and 9, social life. Between 9 and 10, social contributions. Yeah. Between 10 and 11, personal development. And the last one, between 11 to 12, we have spiritual development.
Lovely.
Awesome. Perfect. So now that that's done, let's dive into each specific area and simply feel into, or you will feel into, how satisfied, or like your level of satisfaction in each area of your life.
Mhm.
So if you, for example, look into physical health and you imagine that you have a scale that goes from 0 to 100, and 0 is the center of the circle, 100 is the outside rim of the circle.
Mhm.
So on that spoke, from center to 1, put your level of satisfaction in your area of physical health. Between 0, which would be in physical health, probably would be deceased, and 100% would be, I don't know, maybe a superhero or something like that. So keep it realistically, but
Mhm.
again, like being honest of where are you currently
Mhm.
in this area of your life, physical health.
I'm pretty satisfied with my body, but I've got a couple aches and pains here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna rate 78.
78, beautiful, precision. Yeah, yeah, awesome. And then we move on to mental wellness. On that spoke, going from the center till 2, you can put there what is your level of satisfaction in your mental wellness.
I'm gonna go with 82.
82. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty high score. I'm at an all-time high score most days these days right now.
I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, and the next one, career. How about career? How do you feel there
Career.
from a 0 to 100?
Let's see. Hmm. I've got a good start in the office job that I told myself I would never have. So
Oh,
I'm gonna go with gonna go with a 65.
65. Okay.
Because I could be doing more to make my days better.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. Awesome. And then the next area is finances. How satisfied
Finances,
are you in the area of finances?
finances are doing pretty well. I'm gonna go with an 80 in finances.
Perfect. Yeah. Then you put, yeah, you got the gist of where to put all the numbers
Mhm.
and all that. Perfect. And then the hobbies. What hobbies do you have currently?
Let's see, not a lot apart from reading, funny
Hmm.
enough. Um, so I suppose I could use more hobbies to fill my time. And since my hobbies mainly consist of just a couple things, I'm gonna rate hobbies at about a 40, 47.
47.
Yeah.
All right.
Hobbies are just not really something I have avidly pursued throughout my life, but I think it'd be a good thing to get into, a
Yeah,
craft of some
definitely.
sort.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
And then we have sports. How
Sports.
satisfied are you in sports?
Well, I'm doing pretty well in my athleticism. I fell out of it for a time and need some time to recuperate, catch back up, and get consistent again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna rate sports at a 70.
70. Awesome. So we put that on the next spoke, 70%.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. And then the next one is intimate relationships.
Intimate relationships.
What number would you give intimate relationships?
Hmm. This one's tough. I've been out of the game for a little while
Mm-hmm.
and kind of got back into it at a time and I didn't really expect, which everybody says is how it goes, right? So I
Yeah.
just I just barely started seeing this girl, and I like her, but I'm having a hard time figuring out how to move forward. Of course, we've been on like one date, so it's really early stages.
Mm.
So as I'm navigating this process, I'm gonna give intimate relationships a 60. I gave career a 65. So hmm, let's do 70.
70. Awesome.
No. 60, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate your precision and dedication to really finding out, tuning in, figuring out where you are. That's a good self awareness. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. So, how about family relations?
Family relations are really good.
Oh,
Um, yeah, I'm really close with both my parents and my brother. I'm gonna relate family relations at 88.
88. Perfect number. Yeah. Moving on to social life.
Social life. I'm spending a lot of time with my friends right now, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna rate social life at a 90 because I've
Awesome.
just been connecting with friends more than I have in a long time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Cool.
It's really
Social life
good to
90.
actually build a support system of people around myself.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Sounds like you have good friends and going to the gym and working out with your friends. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's awesome. That sounds awesome. Cool. Social life. What about social contributions?
Hmm.
Giving back to the community. Maybe you're into environmental stuff. Maybe you are volunteering.
I
Yeah,
could be
or
doing a lot more in the way of social contributions. I was volunteering for a while, and then I just sort of fell out of it. Um, social contributions right now are not my strong suit, but I want to be very high up in that area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to be a pillar of my
Mm.
community.
I like that. That's cool. Yeah. So where would you say you are currently?
Hmm. Maybe a 45.
45. Yeah. So we put 45. Hmm. And then we move
Personal
on to
development.
personal development. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to spearhead my personal development, but it's really, really hard. There's a lot of old
Mm,
habits I'm still hanging on to and trying to break so that I can work on myself in ways that I could have not have imagined before, you know?
yeah.
Um, but I think in a lot of ways, the me from 5 years ago would be really proud of who I am today.
Mm. Yeah. So what would you rate yourself today?
73.
73. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So pretty good, and still a little room for improvement.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And last but not least, definitely, we have spiritual development. How do you feel in this spiritual development currently?
I had a pretty insightful breakthrough not too long ago in my spiritual development, and
Oh,
it's just helped me to feel a lot more supported. I was feeling really, really alone for a while there, and I know that I'm not, and I know it's okay to ask for help from other people and from everything else.
that's beautiful. What kind of? It sounds like you had almost like a spiritual awakening. Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
I went to Mount Shasta and took an ayahuasca journey, and
Yeah.
I really excised some things that I had no idea was going on in me. Like I am unshackled by lust and unabated by pride, and it's been so transformative.
Hmm. Yeah. Ah, going into that altered state of consciousness
Mm-hmm.
and really sitting with what's in your higher self. And yeah, that's amazing. Ayahuasca is one of my absolute beautiful, one of my favorite teachers too. So
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah. So where would you say you are right now currently in your spiritual development?
Hmm. Hmm. When the workday gets hard, it's easy to forget the progress that I've made. But when I can actually draw towards myself and remember who I am, what I'm doing, and how far I've come, I really think I'd put myself up towards 90.
Beautiful. Let's put 90 on there. Yeah. Mhm. Wow. So there you are, a little like a map, a pie chart map over your level of satisfaction in your lives, in your life areas right now. So if you look down on that, on all those little notches that you've drawn, what if you drew like a line connecting all the different notches and see how that would look? So like literally combining or connecting every notch
Oh,
on the spokes. Yeah, all the way
oh,
around. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So
Like
for example,
there to
your
there to
notch,
there.
yeah, from for example 1 to 2, you have a notch. You go from 1 to 2, combine those two, and then you go 2 to 3, and 3 to 4.
Like this. Oh,
Oh, yeah, let me see.
I've got my
Oh, yeah.
sharpener.
Oh, so you have it on top. So,
Oh yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Or did more
Ah, okay.
like
No,
through the inside, like
yeah.
actually
So,
connecting the spokes.
so actually sorry, I should have explained that better. So, if you imagine the line from the center
Mhm.
to the outer rim of the circle being your percentage line. So you have 0 in the middle and then 100% out. So if you, for example, have
Oh,
65%, you would put the notch kind of on that line where 65%
oh,
would be.
okay, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
So
let's
that
just
it's
go,
more like a
no
crown.
rush. That was my bad. So let's go ahead and put the little notches
Mm-hmm.
on there. So you have like, for example, what was your first physical health? What is it around
78.
70,
Yeah. So
78? So that would be pretty high up, but like
mhm,
between 50 and 100 almost,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
So does it make sense? So your line is your 100%.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah.
Hmm, hmm.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Salute. Awesome. Does that make sense? So kind of putting the notch all the
Yes.
way around. Okay, poof. And then try and draw that line between the notches on the inside of the circle. Like so from 78% notch over to what was the next 80, 82, kind of
Hmm.
drawing that inside the circle. Yeah.
Oh,
So like maybe I should show you. So here is a very bad. You see how I did that inside here?
oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
you connect all the dots. Yeah.
Okay. I see now.
Then that would give you like
Hmm.
a funny
But
little figure,
yeah, it's
right?
like a stat model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Mine kind of looks like a splatter.
There you go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Like in
Yeah.
and out. Awesome. Okay. Very cool. Um, but the cool thing about that splatter of yours is to see, you could see very easily the map of your life areas, which
Mhm.
areas of your life where you're doing really well, and which areas of your life where you have some room for improvement, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at that, um, which areas would you say could use some improvement?
Career, hobbies, and social contributions,
Yes.
as well as intimate relationships. But that will come as I figure things out.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. So now you have that little map. So I'm wondering if you would be willing to go a little deeper into this with me.
Mhm.
So going deeper, we'll do some daydreaming. One of the pillar of the program of Inchidao is dream yoga and really
Oh,
remembering that this is all a dream. Oh, you know that? You know dream yoga?
I'm familiar with visualization techniques.
Awesome. Yeah, you could call that this is would be a visualization. Um, so if you imagine your life 12 months from now, a year from now, where do you see yourself?
Mm,
What do you dream of being a year from now? Now knowing where you currently are in these live areas, where would you see yourself being in a year from now?
mm.
What
Stronger.
changes would you like to experience? Stronger? Yeah.
Mhm. Very athletically capable.
Hmm.
Very happy in my career. Organized with my time and in a happy relationship.
Yeah.
Doing more for my community. Helping
Mm,
build people up.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Build people up. Yes. Awesome. So now that you know you would like to be stronger, more athletically stronger, capable, happier in career, happy in a happy relationship, organized with your time so that you can both have a good career and do a lot for your community and build them up.
Mhm.
If you then look back at these live areas, let's go over them one more time and see where would you like to be percentage wise a year from now. So for example, if you look at your physical health, where you now
Mhm.
have 78%, where would you like to be a year from now? Realistically speaking, improving, but also like what do you think? What do you see doable in a year?
90.
90. Awesome. So then you put the notch on top of the 78%, the same on the same spoke, putting the notch there. 90. Awesome. And then what about mental wellness?
Mm. Like 99.
99. Put it on there.
Career, 85.
Career, 85. Yep. What about finances?
95.
95. Awesome. And hobbies.
78. Satisfied, but always working on more projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then sports and so forth.
Sports, 85.
85. Okay. And intimate relationships.
80.
Mm-hmm.
Confident and
Awesome.
happy, but still working things out.
Yeah. Always room for improvement, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And family relations?
Ooh. Gosh, they're already at 88. I'd say 95.
Yeah. And then social life.
Social life, 100. Just meeting everybody all the time, but still allotting time for myself.
Okay. Go all in.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. And the social contributions.
Hmm. 80.
Mm-hmm. That's
Say
awesome. That's
same
almost
type of deal
double.
with hobbies, doing a lot, but also more desiring more.
Yeah. So it's almost doubling,
Hmm.
doubling where you currently are. That's beautiful. Okay. Personal development.
Personal development. 83.
Mhm.
Spiritual development.
And spiritual development, that's the last one.
Hmm. The thing about spiritual development is that there's always more to be discovered. Once you cross the threshold, there are more in front of you.
Very
So
true.
I suppose still 90 because there's
Mhm.
always more to go.
So you don't think that there's any
Well,
that it's possible to improve a little bit in
oh
the
no,
next year?
certainly, certainly, without a
Yeah.
doubt. I'm just thinking I placed myself awfully high already. Um, let's go with 95.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So I know I still have a long way to go. And maybe I put myself a little high there just because I've made a rapid progress.
Hmm. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that is there like a certain thing that we need to achieve? Is there a certain end goal and that you will ever get to in spiritual development in this life?
Mhm. Hmm. For a while, my big goal was to be able to actually heal people with my hands, and that's kind of where my brother's striving to get. But lately, I just
Mm-hmm.
want peace with myself, inner peace.
What if you could get both?
That would be great, you know?
Mm. Would you say that that's something you would strive after?
Yeah.
Because I believe that's very possible.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like in Qigong, we talk a lot about, there are so many modalities out in the world that talk a lot about reaching spiritual enlightenment and
Hmm.
being enlightened.
Right.
Um, and in Qigong, we know that we will always evolve for the rest of our lives because we as humans, we are always moving. And as
Hmm.
spiritual beings, we're always moving. So if we're not improving, well, then we're degrading. We're like becoming less than. We're like going the
Right.
other way, right?
Like stagnation. Yeah.
Stagnating. Well, but is there really such a thing as stagnation? Isn't that also just like moving downwards, right? Like the
Yeah.
skills you
Yeah.
don't use, you lose, kind of a thing. At least
Yeah.
that's the philosophy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Philosophy here, yeah, yeah. Philosophy. That was hard to say for a Danish wording here. So, so yeah. So the philosophy, philosophy
Philosophia.
is that, yeah, is
Yeah.
that instead of thinking that we have to become this, become enlightened, what if instead we look at enlightenment as a path that we can walk on the entire our entire lives? For example, instead of saying I want to become enlightened, maybe we can change our perspective and go like I want to walk on the path of enlightenment for the rest of my life, always walking forward, always moving forward, constantly improving, constantly being guided by spiritual people that are maybe even a few steps ahead of me, learning from them. How would that feel?
Outstanding.
Yeah. Hmm. What is it they always say that, you don't want to be the smartest guy or the most enlightened guy in the room, right? You want to be around someone who actually has something to offer so you can learn from them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm. Awesome. Okay. So now you have other nudges on your like spokes. What if you draw the same line like inside the circle around um oh, and here is Lama Chapa. Awesome. So you draw the circle from spoke to spoke. Awesome. Cool. And how would that look?
The Let's see the new one, the year from now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And while you draw that, are you okay if I let in Lama Tantrapa,
Yeah,
who is the
absolutely.
founder of Academy of Tidao? I know
Yes,
he's would love to meet you. Perfect.
of course.
Here we go. Hi, Lama.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for letting me
meet
in.
meet Alex.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
Hi,
Good to
good to
meet
meet
you.
you, Lama.
Yeah, this is Lama, Alex Lama. Perfect. Yeah, Lama, just to catch you up, Alex, we've gone through the pie chart and Alex has figured out more about his level of satisfaction in different areas of his life. And we're currently working on what he would like to achieve or what his dream would be to achieve in a year from now.
Great.
Awesome. Yeah. So are you okay to just continue, Alex?
Yes,
And then if Lama has anything he want to share, he can of course jump in at any time.
Okay.
perfect.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. So how does that new circle look like?
I'm still drawing it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, but there is some significant variance.
See, that is interesting to see. Yeah. I'm wondering if it looks more or less like a circle than the first one you drew.
Oh. No, the second one looks a lot more like a circle, and the second one was kind of a splatter.
Mm.
This second one. The second one's pretty round.
Ah, interesting. Would you say that maybe that means that would you achieve your dreams a year from now, that you would be a more balanced human being?
Definitely.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So I have another question for you, or another exploration I would love to do if you're open to it, to
Absolutely.
dive even deeper. Okay, awesome. So let's look into what would you need to actually be doing a year from now in order to achieve your dream in each life area. So if you turn your paper, flip it on the other side, and then draw on your left-hand side vertically, draw a long line. Like you can do it, go all
On the
as
left
long as
side,
the on the left side of the paper, draw one long line.
straight down.
Yes, just straight down. Exactly. And then the place that is closest to you, you can draw a little like notch down there and call that the present moment. So in the bottom of the paper will be the present moment. And then on top of your line, you can call that the the Alex a year from now. So 12 months from now would be, what date do we have today? July 27th, 2024. Awesome. Mm-hmm. So now you know what your dream looks like 12 months from now. You're very clear that, you would like to be more athletic, doing more for your social contributions, being in a happy career spot, in a happy relationship, being organized with your time, and really build people up in your community. Is that true, or is there more to that?
Yeah, that's true. And also self-discipline is a big one for me that I would like to improve myself in. Just total mastery over not just my body and my mind, but over everything I'm doing. Like,
Mm,
really consistent with my
awesome.
practice and just consistent with keeping up with people and all the projects I would have going on and everything.
Consistency. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's a really beautiful dream.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, in order to achieve this dream a year from now, let's go explore what you would need to be doing to know that you're on the right track 6 months from now. So if you look at your line and you draw a notch halfway between 12 months and the present moment and call that your 6 month mark, which would be December 27th, 2023.
Oh,
We're
Almost
getting
a year.
closer.
yeah.
Almost near a year. Yeah.
I know a year sounds so far away, but like 6 months. Ah, like
Yeah.
it's
Now you're
June
getting
already.
closer.
Whoa.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's really fun to kind of go the other way. Many times when we do planning our strategies, we look at, today, tomorrow, and we plan that way out. But if you go the other way, it's like, oh, the future's coming closer to you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So 6 months from now, what would you need to be doing so you know you're on the right track to achieving the dreams that you have a year from now?
Hmm. Reaching out to people is probably the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, part of what kept me so in a bad spot and just feeling unfulfilled for so long was I was trying to do everything by myself, saying I can't reach out
Mm-hmm.
to other people until I'm absolutely 100% where I want to be, and that's just not realistic.
Yeah, wow, beautiful realization. So reaching out more to your community.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's write that down. Reaching out to community. So you don't have to do everything on your own. Or it could even also be opening up to receiving help. Yeah, and you mentioned that you would like, your career was one of the places that needed a little work. That was
Mhm.
that 65%, and you want to get it to an 85. So
Right.
what do you think if you reach out to more and ask for help? Do you think your career would improve or
Definitely.
stay the same? Yeah.
I'd
Mm-hmm.
have a lot better business connections. I could be doing more with my time, making secondary income, and also just finding ways to make myself happier throughout the workday.
Awesome. So what would make you happier during the workday if you had to be specific?
I need more physical activity. I kind of have, like I said, I submitted to the desk job I told myself I would never have. I work with my parents at the home business,
Yeah.
and I'm chained to the desk. And
Oh,
one of the things I think I can do is just set up a home gym.
I love
Just
that. So
take, yeah, like every
that,
hour, take a little bit of time.
let's write that down. More physical activity at home gym because you work from home then?
Mm-hmm.
So that you could basically go in and would you be able to go in and spend 5 to 10 minutes here and there in your
Yeah,
home gym during the day?
for
So
sure.
how long or like would you spend a day on some more physical activity in your workday?
Let's
six
see.
months from now, what would you be doing then to know that you're on the right track?
Hmm. I think 10 to 15 minutes every hour could be really good.
I like that. Let's write that down. 10 to 15 minutes of physical activity every hour. Sounds like a very Taoist way of doing physical wellness. Yeah, I love that. Implementing every step into your life, everyday life. Yeah. Okay. What about we also talked about hobbies. What would you need to be doing in that life area in order to know that you would improve from 47% to 78? What we need to be doing 6 months from now?
I would just need to be looking for new things to do. I kind of settle into a routine and tell myself, it's good. You got a routine. You're doing all your things. But deep down, I'm like, no, do more. Keep looking for
Do
more
more.
to do. Yeah,
Yeah. So would you say researching what new
yeah,
hobbies would be a good? Okay, so maybe
I think
researching
so.
new hobbies. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe even have tried a couple of new hobbies at this time
Yeah,
6 months from now. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so maybe writing that down. Maybe how many hobbies would you think you would like to have tried in 6 months to know you're on the right track to achieving your dream a year from now?
In 6 months, I'd like to have tried at least 10.
10.
It's a little
Good number.
ambitious, but I mean, if I'm trying to really throw myself out
Well,
there.
well, we are improving. You are improving hobbies from 47 to 78. So I'd say 10 is a good number.
Yeah.
So let's put that down. Have
All
explored
right.
10 new hobbies. Yeah. Or tried out 10 new hobbies. It's also easier to figure out what you really enjoy when you try more new things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then intimate relationships. We also, you want to go from 60% to 80%. So what would you need to be doing 6 months from now to know that you're on the right track?
Let's see. If I'm still with this girl I went out with the other day, then that's a big sign.
Yeah.
With my last couple relationships, I've kind of thrown myself in full force, and maybe that's why a lot of them didn't last very long. So with this
Mm.
one, I think I need to take things slow, not get too overzealous too quickly, and just really focus on, getting to know this girl and finding out compatibility stuff before anything else.
Hmm. So what would you need to specifically be doing to know you're taking it a little slower, not throwing yourself in there 6 months from now? What will you need to be doing?
Mhm.
Is there any specific practices or any specific, how would you measure that you're on the right track?
Hmm. Hmm. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, feel into if this is right for you or does it feel true to you. I'm wondering if maybe personal development has something to do with your intimate relationship. I'm wondering if maybe there would be practices you could learn so you don't go all in too fast, but you maybe take it
Yeah.
more in incremental steps, or what do you think about
Yeah,
that?
yeah. In the past, I kind of looked for validation through women.
Mm.
So I think if I'm in a relationship, an intimate relationship, that I can feel confident without needing to be around that person or needing validation from that person, that would be huge.
Oh, yeah. See, now we're talking. What I'm hearing is actually that you want to work on your confidence. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so let's write that down. Like 6 months from now, you want to be working on your confidence. Do you currently know any practices or any specific things you could be doing, or is that something that you might want to research?
I've got one. I've kind of been putting it off for a while. Um, I think looking in the mirror and making positive affirmations would really go a long way, but it just
Yeah.
feels so silly.
Ah,
But I think it
okay.
would help. And I know a lot of
Okay.
people that it really works for.
Mm. So how often would you commit to doing that on a daily basis?
Every morning, at
Every
least.
morning. Let's write
Mhm.
that down. Every morning, pick positive affirmations. You also mentioned that you want to be more in tune with your body, and you want to give more to your community. And I feel like I'm wondering if that all ties into your personal development. So maybe there could be something about also having a physical practice that is mindful to help you gain more confidence.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Or
Spatial
maybe
spatial
there's,
awareness.
yeah.
Sorry, spatial awareness is a big one for me. Like just knowing where my body is, knowing what's around me, not bumping into anything, not dropping things, and just like doing away with clumsiness from a mindfulness standpoint, because it's just I'm more aware.
Hmm. So mindfulness, yeah. So let's write that down, like more mindfulness. I'm wondering what mindfulness means to you.
Mhm.
Are we talking meditations? Are we talking, is there movement practices? I know you practice your bow staff that
Yeah,
you
my
talked
my
about in the
brother likes to
beginning.
sit still for hours, but I need to be moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, in Jidao,
I really enjoy just basic Tai Chi energy flow type, stuff. I
awesome.
started I started working on sword forms as a method of just, same type of deal with the bow staff, moving my energies around me, strengthening my body, and just developing better spatial awareness.
Oh, that's beautiful. I know Lama Traba, you've done some fencing, haven't you?
Ooh.
Yeah, I've done pretty much every martial art that's under the sun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anything from Russian Sambo to Aikido to Muay Thai, a variety of styles of Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Taekwondo, Karate, uh,
Wow.
and also
Yeah.
various weapons, blade, staff, sticks, nunchakos, uh, firearms, pretty much. I'm probably one of the few Tibetan lamas that actually is certified firearms instructor. So yeah, I pretty much have the width of the spectrum that most people don't have, but at the same time, I like to go deeper into some, and so that's why, for example, I have black belt in Aikido. That's why I studied in depth some of the arts that really deserve my attention, because I realized that some have more to do with personal development and understanding of my inner nature than others. And so basically those practices allow me to get more out of them in the shortest amount of time. Well, that's what we call peak performance.
Yeah. And that makes sense for you. Like when you said too, Alex, that you want to be on this path of enlightenment and being aware of your body and your spatial movement, and also being able to combine that with your spiritual practice.
Right.
Maybe there's something there that will even lead to more confidence and better intimate relationships.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm, awesome. All right. So do you feel like you have some good things to focus on 6 months from now to know that you're on the right track?
Oh, yes, lots. Um,
Yeah. Okay. So
reaching
let's,
out to others,
yeah.
reaching out to others, reaching out to, the elements and all of creation, um, physical mindfulness. I'm definitely going to take up a martial art, I think, because I think, I've
Hmm.
kind of just been independently practicing with my staff, but I think formal training would go a long way.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So in order to take up a martial arts, if we move the needle a little closer to the present moment, say you put a notch on in between 6 months and the present moment at the 3 month mark, what would you need to be doing then to know that you're on the right track to experience, reaching out to people more, maybe taking up a martial arts, trying out 10 different hobbies 6 months from now? What else did you say? Like,
Relationships.
yeah,
Yeah.
relationships. Yeah, working on yourself in order to really improve your relationship. Yeah. So, what would you need to be doing 3 months from now?
Hmm. 3 months from now. Let's see. That's, gosh, beginning of fall,
That
like
definitely, yeah,
September.
that would be like September 27th.
Let's see. Hmm.
You mentioned you wanted to try out 10 new hobbies.
Right.
Would it be fair to say that maybe you have tried 5 in 3 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you
Good
go.
math.
I'm doing my best.
Doing so well.
Thank you.
I think so, at
So are
least. Yeah.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I appreciate it. And then you mentioned you wanted to work on your confidence so that you could not jump all into your new relationship, but take it more step by step. What would be a
Mhm.
good way to work on your confidence, or what would be a good way to, what would you be doing 3 months from now to know you're working on that?
Let's see. This is embarrassing, but this is how it is. So when I'm not like getting a text from this girl, I freak out. I'm like, oh God, she's
Mm.
changed her mind. She hasn't texted me for 3 hours. She obviously has lost interest.
Mm.
Probably not. So
Yeah.
physical exercise goes so long in improving my confidence. I was working out in the gym, and if I'm going just so hard at it, I watch people notice. I get attention from girls when I work out now, and it's
Mm.
feels good.
Yeah. It's almost like as if when you pay attention to yourself and your own physical body,
Mm.
other people also start noticing it.
Yeah,
Is that, would you say that's true? Yeah. So
yeah, definitely.
maybe I'm wondering like if that would go, if that would be the same in an intimate relationship, that maybe if you paid more attention to yourself rather than if she texted you or not, do you think that
Yeah,
maybe she would even notice you more?
yeah, I think so.
Mm. Or maybe you would get to know yourself more because you would pay more attention to yourself
Mm.
instead of paying attention to what you're receiving from others.
Right.
Or maybe you would even be more skilled in knowing what you need to receive and then give it to yourself.
Yeah.
Hmm. So maybe that's something you could write down.
Hmm.
And you mentioned before that 6 months from now, you would be doing 10 to 15 minutes of physical activity once per hour.
Hmm.
So, and if physical, if that really helps you feel more confident in yourself, what about 3 months from now? How much would you physical activity would be doing then?
Mm. Like at least 5 minutes an hour.
Awesome. So let's write that down.
May I also share one bit of
Please.
tantric wisdom.
Yes.
Definitely.
Uh, One of the principles of energy awareness is in Chinese, it sounds like this: Yi Dao, Qi Dao. And in English, it can be translated as where attention goes, energy flows.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah.
We did. We did. I
Okay,
have that written down.
Yeah.
awesome. Well, so you can imagine receiving energy from a girl that you're interested in feels really good because you're actually receiving attention, and where attention goes, energy flows, so you actually feel more energized.
Hmm.
And vice versa, when you give attention to another person, you're giving them energy, and so that empowers them in turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is that nobody can give us more attention than we can give to ourselves.
I see.
And that is
Hmm.
the secret to self-empowerment. If you give yourself attention, where does energy flow?
Back into myself.
Exactly. So it really creates a massive circulation of energy in your own system. And this energy flow can be used for personal development, for spiritual enlightenment, for a variety of physical practices, healing, and so on. It literally is one of the secrets to the mastery of energy arts. And I've just
Mhm.
blurted it out in the first time I met. So basically, what you can do is you can imagine how much empowered you might feel by giving yourself more attention. It feels good to do it in the gym when other people in the gym, maybe girls, pay more attention to you when you are paying attention to yourself and working out harder.
Hmm.
Ah, well, it doesn't even have to be uh, validated by other people.
Right.
It's self-evident. It's enough in
Yeah.
its own right to be the practice that basically gives you more energy, makes you feel more empowered, and literally bolsters your ability to feel like you don't need validation or confirmation or anything from other people because you are enough.
Yeah.
That's kind of an amazing, and of course it also goes hand in hand with self-knowledge, because if you're paying attention to yourself, you're bound to learn something about yourself that you didn't know before.
Right. Like I can gradually learn what I need and what helps me and what helps me improve more and more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is the golden key that unlocks self-mastery.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Alan.
Sure.
Yeah. Self-awareness. So I'm wondering if learning more about how to self-empower or be self-sufficient in your energy flow, if you can say that, would that be beneficial for you to research or be doing in 3 months in order to become more confident? And yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So maybe would it be fair to say researching how to empower yourself in your own being, mentally, spiritually, physically?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Perfect. All right.
Maybe
Let's
not
write
only
that.
researching, but experimenting with that. So
Maybe
that
even
you actually
experimenting.
All right. All right.
reap the benefits.
And I'm very
Yeah,
ambitious. I
exploring
like
it.
it.
Yeah, that's even better. Thank you, Lama. Let's get the most out of life, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Hmm. Okay. So do you feel like you have a pretty good idea of salute? Prosit.
Excuse me. Thank you.
There you go. Do you feel like you have a pretty good idea of what you would be doing, have to be doing 3 months from now to be on the right track to achieving your dream a year from now?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. So how about we move the nudge just a little bit closer? So if you divide the time in half one more time, and now we're at like a month and a half from now, which would be what, beginning of August?
Middle of August.
Yeah, middle of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you, what would you be doing? Specifically, what would you be doing 1.5 months from now in the middle of August so that you know you're on the right track to achieving your dream a year from now?
Hmm. Eating better, not starving myself during the workday.
Okay. Eating better. Yeah.
I mentioned before that I have a hard time gaining weight with my body type. And when I get into the office, my mentality is kind of plug away at the computer until you drop, man. Go, go, go.
Hmm.
And it's not too good, I gotta say, because I don't eat a lot and I would like to eat a lot, a lot.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that ties in with the saying, where attention goes, energy flows. Like if
Mm.
you're constantly paying attention to your work day and to your
Mhm.
workflow, to the numbers, to whatever you're doing out there, then how much attention are you paying to your body, which needs nourishment in order to go through the day?
Yeah,
How,
not as much as is ideal.
So
okay.
those breaks that you mentioned that you want to take every hour,
Mhm.
if not every hour, at least a few breaks during the day would probably go a long ways to bring attention back to yourself, doing some physical exercise or engaging in some other practices, and perhaps also feed yourself.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. So maybe, yeah, what, 2, 3 breaks during the day, or what
Hmm.
feels good?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
two
Awesome.
or three.
2, 3 breaks. All right. I love that. And you mentioned also experimenting with or like wanting to take up another martial arts. Like, what would you be doing at this point in time to know you're on the right track to doing that?
Let's see. I think I'd like to sign up at a formal studio or a dojo someplace.
Mm-hmm. That's so like signing up for another martial arts. Yeah, by this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay, let's write that down.
Or at least take a couple classes.
Take a couple of classes. Yeah.
Yeah, and not all martial arts are born equal, and
Right.
there's different strokes for different folks, as they say. So that's
Yeah.
definitely something that needs research and experimentation.
Yeah. Beautiful. And then you mentioned working on your confidence,
Hmm.
and so that you would feel better in your intimate relationship. And now we're only a month and a half down the line. So what are you doing at this time to work on your confidence and um, not jumping all in right at once in this new
Hmm.
relationship?
Same type of thing, daily affirmations and just
Yeah.
doing little things, little moments of hugging myself to give myself
Hug
that
yourself
little bit.
first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you said in the very
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I love
it's
that.
those little things that I have the hard time giving myself because I figure if I can live without it, why do I need it? And then I have to remember, it's important for mental wellness and self-confidence and personal development, for which I need those little things.
Yeah. Hmm.
A fascinating thing is that the affirmations often feel silly because you know that you're fooling yourself or like
Yeah,
faking
yeah.
it before you're making it. Well, I actually teach a really clever way of not just doing affirmations, but practicing what I call remembrance. It's
Oh,
actually a practice that is one of the preliminary practices in the art of dream yoga, which is also one of the things that I teach and practice.
mhm.
And it literally creates the type of affirmations that are congruent with your consciousness. So you're
Oh,
not fooling yourself. You actually are in harmony with yourself, and you're just simply invoking those aspects of your consciousness that perhaps you forgot about. And so, hence the name, remembrance.
remembrance. Oh, okay. So it's just
Mm.
kind of like remembering your higher aspects or your higher self.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're right
Mm.
on to it.
Would that be beneficial to you?
Most definitely.
Hmm. Okay. Awesome. So so now we're at 3 weeks, and I want to be respectful of your time because we've been going almost an hour and a half. Are you okay for another like 10 minutes or something like
Yeah,
that?
for sure.
Okay, okay, cool. Um,
And
so
my PC quick. One sec.
yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
we're
Awesome.
golden.
All right, so let's just do one more step. What if you put that notch in between 3 weeks, or sorry, a month and a half, and now? So that would be 3 weeks from now.
That
That would be
is soon.
that would be end of July.
End of July.
Yeah. What would you need to be doing at the end of July to know you're on the right track to achieving your dream?
Hmm.
You talked about 10 new hobbies 6 months from now, 5 new hobbies, having tried 5 new hobbies 3 months from now. What about 3 weeks from now? How many new hobbies have you tried out?
At least one or two.
Yeah, and maybe one or two of those are associated with some kind of martial arts, or because I know you mentioned that too, or yeah. And what about giving yourself energy throughout the day so you will eat better and not maybe be freaking out if the girl doesn't text you? How many breaks a day would you be taking 3 weeks from now to know that you're giving yourself energy and empowering yourself?
Same thing, at least one or two throughout the day, maybe three.
Yeah, one or two. Awesome. Mm. And then we talked about you wanted to experience different forms of uh, martial arts, or like, having explored something like, so where are you in that area 3 weeks from now? What are you doing so you know that you have tried out different martial arts and found the one that empowers you the most?
Um, so my buddy who started going to the gym with me, um, I've kind of started sparring. So I think if we both research different fighting forms together and could employ them on each other just to test them out, I think that could be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing. So you already have like a practice partner that will
Yeah.
keep you accountable. Yeah. Imagine what you could do together if you had some really beautiful direction, both in the line of being on the path of spiritual awakening. Like, I know
Mhm.
you really want to do that. You want to become more confident, right? And explore more martial arts. What would that do for you to really to have someone help you guys do that?
It would be, I mean, everything. To have that guidance would be just
Mm-hmm.
life-changing.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I've been there, and I've been where you are actually, very much
Oh.
so. Like, really trying to work on my confidence, and really wanting to explore more martial arts, really wanting to find a mindful way of moving my body that both will help me empower my spirit and my physical body, so I become stronger, but not to a fault where I end up not eating all day because I forgot myself, or where I end up injuring myself. Does that
Mhm.
sound like something that would benefit you and your life too?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you sharing what you would be doing each step of the way, and I feel like I've been where you are, and I feel actually that we have maybe something here at the Academy of Chidao that could really help you out. Mm. And do you feel like you have a good plan, like good steps along the path until a year from now, what you could be doing each step of the way?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a roadmap if nothing else, but this is to lay
Yeah.
it all out like this is it's very good.
Mm.
Of course, we will
Well,
have to check this roadmap, how it's going.
Yeah,
So if
yeah, periodically see what bumps and turns I've encountered along the way.
yeah, and we didn't really explore the second half of the year. So obviously, that probably would be a good idea to also develop game plan for that part of the year or next year. So from the beginning of next year, just hit the ground running.
mhm. Yeah. Well, as you know, we could keep going, right? We could keep going like a week and a half, like we could keep going until
Yeah,
like all the way till tomorrow, right? But I could ask you right now, like, what would you be doing tomorrow so that you know you're on the right track of achieving these dreams in your life areas of intimate relationship, more confidence, martial arts, physical health, and really paying attention to yourself, eating healthy? What would you need to be doing tomorrow to know you're on the right track?
I'm gonna have my friend go grocery shopping with me, have him help me pick out some food because he's just he's a lot bigger than I am. He's very dedicated to putting on a lot of muscle and lifting heavy. And while I want to stay a little more agile, I definitely want him to help me in just putting more muscle over my bones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
we have
yeah.
special method for doing that. Strength training that you cannot find in any gym.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's actually the strength training that my grandfather taught one of his students who actually started working with the astronauts and cosmonauts.
Whoa.
Because those guys fly into space,
Yeah.
stay in space for a while, sometimes for months, sometimes for half a year or longer.
Mhm. And so their
And
muscles, yeah, they like
the
degenerate.
muscle atrophy because
CO2.
there is no weight,
Mhm.
weightlessness. And you cannot lift weights in orbit because the weights don't work.
Yeah, yeah.
and
What do they
and
do? Do they push themselves against the walls, or how do they manage that?
well, that's the secret of the trade that I'm actually going to be introducing in our program. As a matter
Oh,
of fact, one of the first modules of our upcoming program, Sergey might have mentioned that we have a new program coming up. That's a 3-month-long basic Qidao practitioner certification program, the one that you also applied for to receive scholarship.
mhm.
And during that program, we will actually have several modules. One of the first modules will dive right into the harmonious strength training. It's a strength training method that obviously works for folks in space, but originally it was designed by the Shambhala warriors. The folks at the Shaolin Monastery also do this.
Wow.
And they don't really lift weights and they don't have exercise machines in the monastery. What they do
Right.
is they use this method of training that actually makes them extremely strong. I personally can testify to that because I've lived in monasteries and I am also extremely strong because I've been doing this practice for many, many years. I'm 53 and I started doing it probably when I was like 13 or 15.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it's extremely effective. I'm not a bodybuilder, so I'm not just trying to build a lot of bulk muscle.
Mhm.
What I'm looking for is strength, both physical strength and inner strength. And I'm a world expert in building that. So basically, what we do is we develop how to integrate the practice of martial arts, energy arts, and strength training with meditation and personal development in such a way that it creates the optimized system that is not based on mumbo jumbo repetition of some repetitive routines of forms, but actually learning the principles. And understanding the principles basically is like learning an alphabet of a foreign language. And some
Yeah.
languages, you probably imagined, have alphabets that look really weird. And when you look at it, it doesn't look like anything like a letter. However, once you learn the alphabet of that language, then you can actually read in that language. Well, it also helps to develop vocabulary. So what we do next is once we learn the principles, we integrate them together so that they actually comprise words. And when we work with a few of these principles together, some of them will make the words that make sense, some of them will not make a lot of sense. So we also test everything. So we don't just accept it on faith. Nothing that I teach is accepted on faith, is actually something that we test, practice. That's why it's great to have a practice partner because it makes the testing more objective.
Right.
Those of my students who have practice partners always excel better than those who don't have practice partners.
Hmm.
So that's a wonderful thing that you have a buddy, and maybe you will even find some other folks who may be interested in practicing with you. So you literally will be able to test everything. And as you develop a vocabulary comprised of those principles of energy awareness, then you also will learn some principles of syntax and other rules of that language that essentially allow you to create sentences and enable you to communicate with other people. And communication is nonverbal communication through energy exchange, as well as physical exchange. For example, in the context of martial arts, obviously, those people who are energetically aware almost always prevail.
Ah,
And the way that we do our practice integrates the principles of energy awareness with martial arts in a way that basically martial arts is not a type of practice that you want to just learn the forms and think that you're a great martial artist. You also want to know how to put them to good use. Well, so we learn how to put them to good use. And we actually learn things that are extremely effective and easy to remember. So you don't have to memorize some complicated form. You actually do something that really makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, don't do it. Basically, if it doesn't make sense, it means that you are going to be struggling with yourself trying to do that which you don't feel like it makes sense. Just like those affirmations. If they don't make sense to you, trying to tell yourself that this is who I think I am is going to feel inadequate or just outright contradictory. And so you'll have like internal conflict. Who wants that? So we learn how to eliminate internal conflict. And when you don't have much internal conflict, guess what it does to your self-confidence? Skyrockets. It's literally, there is no hesitation, there is no internal sabotage. There's basically, most of the people who I talk to, they tell me that they have a lot of internal resistance and self-criticism. Well, if we are our own worst self-critics, of course, we're going to be feeling inadequate and stifled. So we learn how to basically mitigate that and how to reroute that energy that we spend on self-criticism to some much more creative pursuits. They don't even have to tap into some additional energy resources. You just use the existing resources more effectively. You already become much more successful. And then add on top of that also access to some additional resources that we'll learn to tap into, because we have a lot of resources. We just don't know all of them. Would it be fair to say that what you know about yourself is like a tip of the iceberg compared to what you don't know about yourself?
Yeah, I think it would. It's like what you said earlier. It's finding out that, you are enough. And once that inner critic is silenced, or not so much silenced, but even put to better use, then the possibilities just blossom.
Yeah, instead of self-criticism, we develop discernment. Well, and discernment is the key to wisdom, because it's the most intelligent way to make decisions. So basically, there are a lot of pros and virtually no cons to developing discernment. And if discernment is to be developed, there must be some steps leading to it. And so basically this basic program helps take those steps, develop at least the fundamentals of discernment, and then apply this discernment in a variety of different ways. So if it is martial arts, for example, well, how do you even know which dojo to join? Well, exercising discernment gives you ability to sense energy resonance.
How would you recommend discerning what form of martial art would be right for me?
Feeling energy resonance. Okay. How do you resonate with? It's like people. If you meet a girl who you resonate with, does it make you feel different from meeting somebody who you don't care about? It's a rhetorical question, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it does make you feel different. Well, the same applies to everything else. Like if you go shopping and you try to buy food and you grab the piece of food, I don't know, cabbage, and you try to hold onto that head of cabbage and you just don't resonate with it, well, why buy it? Why try to eat something that your body doesn't resonate with? Oh. Well, same thing applies to, if you go to a grocery shop, a store, and you see food that you feel like, wow, this might actually be really beneficial for me. And your body responds in a way that it resonates with it. And we'll be learning what that means and how to calibrate that awareness so that you really have no nonsense way of feeling energetic resonance. Then you'll be able to develop discernment that will enable you to purchase whatever you want to buy at the grocery store, not because your body tells you this is good or somebody else tells you this is good. Basically, instead of external influences, we develop self-confidence because it's based on our own sense of discernment, feeling energy resonance. I know this resonates with me. I don't care what other people say. I know that I'll be able to put it to good use.
Hmm.
Now, that's totally different, much more empowered way to be, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly.
Well,
Huh.
that's how we learn how to do everything in our lives. Basically, I don't just teach a Qigong style where people just learn a few new moves or some forms. I teach Qigong lifestyle, where you develop a way of living in the flow. Because that's essentially what I teach and practice, the art of being in a flow. When you're in a flow, whatever you do becomes more effective. When you're in the flow, for example, you do martial arts, well, it's really hard to deal with you because you're a formidable fighter. If you are in the flow and you write poetry or software programming or anything, you become more creative. If you're in the flow and you are in intimate relationships, well, you become irresistible. Basically, all of this boils down to the same principles. And we learn how to apply these principles in each and every sphere of our lives. That's why we talk about different spheres of life and this wheel of life that Circa walked you through. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, Circa, I know that you guys have been going at it for a while, so perhaps I can just cut to the chase. I really
Go for it.
like this guy. I think
Mm-hmm.
that he deserves our scholarship.
I agree.
Are are you serious?
Yeah, I
Even
was thinking the same thing.
before we actually finalize our scholarship contest, I have the right to give scholarship to whoever I choose to. I'm not going to give you the first prize in this scholarship contest because I want to go through all the entries and
Of
see
course.
who is going to win the first prize. But I just, and you and another person just had the first two sessions before even we had an opportunity to look at all the entries. I feel like I resonate with you. I feel like you will be able to
Me
benefit
too.
tremendously from what we're doing. And I just want to give you the third prize in our scholarship contest without any further exploration of who's going to do it, because I have the right to do it as the owner of our academy.
Wow.
Right? I just
This
want to
is
congratulate you on
thank you.
receiving the third prize in our scholarship contest. I also read what you wrote. I really liked it. I think that you'll be a good practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to put in the chat a link where you can take advantage of this scholarship. I just
Excellent.
I just put it in the link in the chat here.
Excellent. This is such an honor.
Well, the honor is also to have you in our program. I think that we're going to do some great things together.
Thank you. I think so too.
Awesome. And also, Sirka, I think you did a wonderful job talking to Alex and helping him to develop a strategy. So I really appreciate your time and effort in doing it.
Thank you, Lama. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Like for someone who's gone through almost, I believe, all of Lama's programs, um,
Oh,
I can say that this has changed my life completely, and I am here to help change other people's lives by being part of sharing this absolute beautiful wisdom and knowledge that Lama Tantrapa and the Academy of Qidao has to offer. And the basic Qidao program, which is what you just won a 25% off scholarship for, is the program that literally changed my life. Going from physically weak, in pain, um, very, very insecure. Like my shoulders were literally up here of insecurity, looking for outside validations, even in my romantic relationship. So that's why when I say I resonate with you and I realize I was you, I'm not even joking. I was there where you are. And going through Lama's, just the basic program alone, like really taught me to um, have a discernment of what I resonate with, and going and trusting and going with my flow, going with the flow of my internal, like my energy. Um, so yeah, this program, does it sound good to you to go through like a 3-month program where you will be
Yeah.
guided and you will be with like-minded people? You know, you will be with people from all over the world. Like I've met people where we have Israel and of course the States, Denmark,
China,
Australia,
Australia,
China, you know, all of, yeah,
all over Europe.
all of coming
Wow.
together, doing this program together. Yeah, so I would love to have you in that program, Alex. I think you are a beautiful fit, and I want to also give you the opportunity to actually not only receive our scholarship, because I know Lama has, you know, he can give that away, but what I can give, or what I can offer too, or what we can offer, is that if you know somebody who would actually benefit from joining in this program with you, you can actually receive referral bonus for that
Oh,
as well. So not only are you receiving a 25% off of the full program price today, which is around $650, right, Lama?
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more than that.
more, maybe even more, a little more than that. You also have the option to say your friend who sounds like a really good friend and accountability partner, if he wanted to join this program with you, you would actually receive a 10% referral bonus for referring him, regardless of if you're in the program or not. So that is like $250 alone. So,
Awesome.
I mean, basically, you are talking about social contribution and wanting to really build your community up and lift people up. I mean, referring a couple of more people to the program would actually give you a full scholarship, because you would have received you would basically not have to pay much. With
Plus
that,
the
does that
community of
sound
like-minded people to practice with.
Mhm.
exactly? Yeah. How does that sound to you, Alex?
Sounds sounds incredible.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, do you feel like you would be ready to sign up and join us for the next start? That is July 12th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, Lama, did you send the link or?
Yes.
Okay.
Feel free to click the link. If you want to, you can even enroll right now before we hang up. Or if you need to, you can take a little bit of time. There's going to be basically another online course that I also will send your way once you enroll in the program. And in that course, I'm explaining the 3 main most prevalent problems that people experience when learning energy arts and how to overcome them. So that's going to be on the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
There you go.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Yeah,
All
welcome.
right. And you have all the notes from today's meeting. So
Mhm.
you're welcome to also use them to keep yourself on track. During our program, which is a 3-month long program, as Stuart mentioned, you'll
Awesome.
receive not only a group coaching every week, but also one of my apprentices will be working with you one-on-one every month, providing you one-on-one coaching. So that's
Wow.
something that not any, as far as I know, not one Qigong program actually offers is one-on-one coaching in the context of a program.
Mhm.
I think it's absolutely essential. Also, I really know the benefits of Qigong coaching because I pioneered this whole profession. So we're essentially doing exactly what we say we would do. We take you by the hand and walk you along this path to make sure that you benefit as much as humanly possible.
Sounds exactly like what I'm looking for.
Awesome.
Great.
How do I recommend people to
Well,
get the referral? How do I recommend people for the referral bonus?
I am going to give you another link. Well, it's right now I'm putting it in the chat.
Excellent.
Just a second. So I'm putting in.
I love that smile on your face, Alex. That's awesome.
I'm in total disbelief. Like,
Well, you actually shine today because just listening to what you are talking about in terms of improving your life and also your aspirations, I think your dreams deserve support getting them manifested.
Definitely.
So feel free to copy that link now, both of these links, or click on them, because once we finish our meeting, the chat will go away, as you probably
yeah,
know.
let me just make sure I've got these copied.
Do you have any questions for me or for Tirka before we wrap up?
Um, Let me think. When does the program actually start?
July 12th.
July 12th.
Yeah.
Okay. And what time of the day is it typically?
That the Lama, do you have a scheduled time yet, or is that more depending on the
Yes,
participants?
yes, we worked it out with Sean that it's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Are you in Mountain Time, Alex?
I'm in Mountain Time. Yeah.
So for you, it would be 11 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time on Wednesdays. Will that work for you? That's the group coaching program, group coaching sessions. There's going to be individual coaching sessions that can be scheduled at other times. Obviously, Sean is going to provide you a link to his scheduling calendar, so you'll be able to pick the time convenient for you.
Okay.
And of course, all of the sessions are also recorded. So if you happen to miss any of those group coaching sessions, you will be able to access the recordings. Plus, you will also receive the online course with the written materials, which include books, workbooks, the audio materials, including my meditation CDs and other audios, plus a video training program, training videos for each and every module. Each and every week you get new lessons and also recordings from previous webinars, just in case the recordings of the current program aren't enough. You can also rewatch those that were done previously. So basically, it can keep you busy if you want to go through each and every pre-recorded webinar. If you don't want to spend a significant amount of time, you can at least spend, I would say, at least 3-4 hours a week practicing a little bit at a time, not just 3-4 hours in one sitting. I always suggest break it down into smaller increments. A little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit in the evening. Meet with your practice partner maybe a few times a week. That is better than just doing it all in one sitting. And plus also it develops the habit of doing those practices. And obviously when you develop habit, eventually it becomes your new sense of identity. And with a new sense of identity, it becomes the foundation for a new destiny. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions? Any comments about what you've heard today?
After I'm certified, do I have the ability to teach classes, or how does that work?
Yes, you'll be able to teach classes at the basic level. I would certainly encourage you to not stop at the basic level. It's just like if you take martial arts and just stop at the white belt. So obviously there are opportunities for further advancement. They are not any more expensive than the basic program. We make everything as reasonably priced as possible. And also, we will continue providing you some additional materials throughout the program. For example, when the program ends and the next one may begin in like a month or so, you'll also receive potentially some more training opportunities over the course of that month at no extra charge.
Yeah. And oh, we totally forgot to mention, or did we mention that, there's actually a live weekend workshop at the end of the 3-month program that is included?
Oh.
Which with Lama Tantrapa himself in Portland, Oregon, where you will meet all the other course participants and actually go through this the teachings of the program live. Plus, you will be initiated into the most important practice of all of our practices in Qidao, which is the practice of empowerment, which actually is all the things you talked about today, how to learn to empower yourself and your own being. So I think that would be really beautiful for you as well.
I think so.
Plus, also, that's a prerequisite for certification, because I can certify anyone I've never met face to face.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And just a personal note, like when I went home from that was a weekend workshop. When I went home that Monday morning, I had clients in my practice, and I already started coaching and teaching because I was certified. So it's benefited like almost hundreds of like other students of mine just after the first workshop. So definitely recommend that.
All right.
Yeah, I love working with people who share the good news with others, because it leverages my efforts. So I can change the quality of life, not of one person at a time, but many people. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to working with you, Alex. You have my email address. You're welcome to email me directly. You have Circa's email address. You're welcome to email her. And if there are any additional questions, or if there are folks who you talk about our program who may have some questions, feel free to connect them with us. We will answer any questions. If necessary, we will have a conversation like you had today.
Yeah.
And we will help them get on the path of personal development and self-mastery.
Do I have Circa's email address? I'm not sure. Hang on.
Well, you can use academyoftidao@gmail.com because I have access to that as well.
Oh, okay.
And you can just, if you have something specific from me, go ahead and just, put my name in there and I'll be sure to get it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I just put.
Oh, there you go.
I actually
there's a
misspelled
typo.
it. I wonder.
Qidao. So.
There. Oh, it's missed.
Cheat.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, go ahead and feel free to email any questions. Go check out maybe tonight, if you have time, go check out the sign up link, how to sign up, what the first step. If you have any questions regarding signing up, feel free to message me or Lama, and we'll be happy to help you through. Any questions from your friends or anything, like, let us know and we'll be happy to talk.
I'll be reaching out.
Amazing. Alex, such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for sharing so honestly about your life, and I see you as such a beautiful soul, and I know you will do great things in this life. So thank you for coming to us.
Thank you so much, Sergey. Thank you, Lama.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.